beautiful soul, contagious laughter.
Carolina Alvario's daughter, Cassandra Ortiz, passed away a week ago, but remembering the light she brought to this home got clouded by what happened there after she died.
I don't wish what we're going through, I don't wish that on anybody.
The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner says Ortiz weighed 850 pounds. Alvario says because of her weight, no one had the capacity to handle the case.
There's not a funeral home that would take her.
It took nearly 12 hours to move Ortiz out of the home.
To walk in that room and just keep seeing her there. And it's like, oh my God, when are they going to get my baby out of here? They need to get her out of here.
That's because you were supposed to call the Justice League. You were supposed to call the damn Justice League, ma'am. If you had a problem with how they were moving and their inability to get your daughter up out of there, that's because you were supposed to call somebody with some Kryptonian in their blood. Listen, it's one thing that I hate in American culture, and we only do it in American culture, right? We only do it here. We only enable the worst possible things for our lives. The worst possible things for our lives, habits, addictions. We only promote and enable it here. That doesn't happen anywhere else. Everywhere else you get held accountable. But here in America, in the States, we got sob stories for you. We got counseling groups for you. We got every measure for you, but telling you exactly what it is that you need to hear, which is stop eating yourself into an early goddamn grave. Her mama's sitting here complaining about the first responders not being able to get her daughter out of the house who weighed 850 pounds. Ma'am, where were you at when she was eating herself into an early grave? Where were you at the entire time? Where was all the love and sympathy then? Now you feel away because it's embarrassing that they couldn't get your daughter up out of there, but you didn't feel away. You didn't have nothing to say the entire time that she was eating herself into an early grave at the age, how old was she? 30-something years old. 30-something years old, y'all. You allowed your daughter to do this. You didn't say a word then. Now you got all the words. Now you got something to say. Now you feel away. The best person that's supposed to be supporting them and getting them in line and checking them, their parents enabled the entire thing. And now you mad at first responders.
Owner at Church and Chapel Funeral Home, Ted Larson, wanted to help. The Cudahy Fire and Police Department and Larson's team eventually moved Ortiz.
There were at times 20, 30 people in this house trying to help this family.
He sounds stressed out. He sounds stressed the hell out. He said there were at times 20 to 30 people in that house trying to get her up out of there. He sounds like he has had a hell of a day. He is tired. He ready to go home, kick his feet up. And here he is. He got to deal with moms. He got to deal with the mama yelling in his ear, asking him, when you going to get my baby up out of here? When you going to get my baby up out of here? Man, if you don't go sit the hell down and let us try to put together some type of estranged plan to get her up out of here. If you don't allow us to try to put together some type of heroics.
Address this situation.
Larson says there isn't a crematory in the Milwaukee metro area large enough. Ortiz had to be
Yeah, you got to call the Human Torch. That's the only way. You got to call the fantastic, get Reed Richards on the line and ask him if he can send over Johnny Storm. We need the Human Torch for this.
Transferred to Illinois, but because the fire department was called to a fire, Ortiz remained in that van overnight for safety reasons.
Myself and my colleagues were not capable to take her from our van and to put her onto any type of table that could be large enough to accommodate her.
With her having sat so long in the bed and having sat so long in the van, Even if we wanted to, we couldn't do a funeral.
Alverio urges other families to pre-plan.
Beautiful soul.
Now y'all blaming. Now you want to blame first responders. Now you want to make the people that tried to help you feel bad. See, I don't like that. I do not like that. And y'all can get mad. Y'all can say whatever it is y'all want. But putting the blame on the people, the first responders whose job it is to try and come in and help in this situation because they couldn't figure it out fast enough for you, putting it on them, that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. Meanwhile, you had your daughter sitting up here, literally killing herself with food, and you didn't say a word. An 850-pound woman's family is calling out a funeral home and first responders for not being able to accommodate her in a timely manner after her death. According to Fox 6 Milwaukee News, Cassandra Ortiz passed away a week ago from morbid obesity. Her mother, Carolyn Alverio, says it was hard to accept the fact that she died. Was it? What about when she was sitting up there eating herself and you could see death upon her? Was that hard? Was it hard not to say a word as her mother, as her parent? Her mother, Carolyn, says it was hard to accept the fact that she died, but even harder having to watch her body sit in the house because first responders couldn't get her out. She says the process took 12 hours because no one had the capacity to handle the case due to her daughter's weight. After her daughter was placed in a van, her body was left there for several hours because the fire department who was transporting her was called to another emergency. This ruined the family's chance at having an open casket funeral. She wants the state of Wisconsin to have a protocol for situations like her daughter's, so no family has to deal with a challenge during an already difficult time. So you blame the entire state of Wisconsin. You want Wisconsin to have a protocol for dealing with 850-pound people as if it's normalcy. This is insane. Is this not insane to anybody else reading or watching this right now? This is absolutely insane. It's bonkers to me. She wants the state of Wisconsin to have a protocol for handling morbid obesity. The disrespectful comments make me want to vomit. If it take 20 to 30 first responders to lift someone of that weight in 12 whole hours, someone don't know how to do their job. Man, shut the hell up. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking about. All you enablers. Things that weigh 850 pounds or less. A grand piano, a refrigerator, a hot... All right, sir. We get it. We get it. We got it. This person says, ma'am, I can extend sympathy and grace to anyone who has lost a loved one, but we're not going to sit up here and act like funeral homes and fire departments deal with humans this heavy on a regular. That's exactly what I'm saying. This energy that you got for the public service and the funeral homes is the same very you should have had when it came to getting your daughter the medical help that she needed, and the caloric deficit necessary for her not to get this large. This is misplaced anger because the reality is you are mad at yourself. Hey, I couldn't have said it. Somebody put a picture of Dr. Now in here. All right, y'all. The mother has the right to feel how she feels. I don't care if my child was 2,000 pounds. Treat my baby with respect. And this got 1,800 likes. Do y'all see this bullshit? How was they not treating her with respect because they couldn't get her? It was physically impossible to do. It was physically impossible. Let me go to this dude's page. Hold on. I gotta, because this looks crazy. This looks suspect off of.
I know y'all probably tired of talking about it. But this is a serious issue, and I hope everyone who has a platform like us is talking about this as well, because this is not a game.
All right.
It's not a game.
Never mind.
Then you got Amber Rose ass. She was a female who's all about female power, right? She did a slut walk.
All right.